Welcome to episode 3 of Learn Japanese with Persona 4 Golden series. In this episode, there are 15 sentences that appear in the game with full grammar and vocabulary breakdown, accompanied by 34 manually crafted flashcards. Let's get started.
どこかお出かけで?
Dokoka means somewhere. Odekake is a trip. Odekake is short for Odekake de ikimashita ka? Did you go on a trip? This guy tends to omit a lot of words and lets the context fill in the blanks. Did you go on a trip somewhere?
どこかお出かけで?
いや、こいつを迎えに来ただけだ。
Yeah is a casual way to say no. Mukae ni kuru is a phrase that means to come to meet someone or to come to pick up. Mukae ni kita, came to pick up. Dake means just. Mukae ni kita dake da, just came to pick up. Koitsu is a rough way to say he, she or this person. Yeah, こいつを迎えに来ただけだ. No, we just came to pick him up.
いや、こいつを迎えに来ただけだ。都会から今日越してきてな。
Tokai is a big city like a metropolis. Kara means from. Tokai kara, from a big city. Kyou means today. Kosu has many meanings, but in this context it means to move house or to change residence. Here, tekuru is describing motion, as in coming towards where the speaker is. Koshite kita, moved in, and koshite kite leaves the sentence unfinished because it just adds more context to the first sentence. Tokai kara kyou koshite kite na, he moved in today from the big city.
都会から今日越してきてな。
へえ、都会からっすか?
Acts as a surprise, as in really, Tokai, big city. Tokai kara, from the big city. And Tokai kara desu ka is short for Tokai kara desu ka, from the big city.
へえ、都会からっすか?
ついでに満タン頼む。
Tsuideni means while one's at it or on the occasion of. Mantan is a full tank, especially of gasoline. Tanomu is a casual way to say please. Mantan tanomu, a full tank please. Tsuideni mantan tanomu, while you're at it, a full tank please.
ついでに満タン頼む。ああ、レギュラーでな。
Regular is an abbreviation for regular gasoline. Regular gasoline. Regular de, with regular. Regular de na. With regular.
ああ、レギュラーでな。
はい、ありがとうございます!
Hi usually means yes, but in this case it means understood or okay. Arigatou gozaimasu is a polite way to say arigatou, thank you. Understood, thank you very much.
はい、ありがとうございます!
一服してくるか。
Ippuku means a puff or a smoke. Ippuku suru, have a smoke. Here is the third meaning of tekuru, that means to do something and come back. Ippuku shite kuru, have a smoke and come back. Ka here makes it a rhetorical question. Shall I go for a smoke break?
一服してくるか。
君、高校生?
Kimi is an informal way to say you. It's used when referring to someone of equal or lower status. Kokosei is high school student. Koko is high school and sei is student. Are you a high school student?
君、高校生? 都会から来ると、なんもなくてびっくりっしょ。
Tokai, big city. Kara means from. Kuru means to come. Tokai kara kuru, come from the city. To is used to show a condition and the result that always follows that condition. Tokai kara kuru to, when you come from the city. Nanmonai is a phrase that means there is nothing or having nothing. Bikkuri means surprise. Bikkuri suru, to be surprised. And sho is a casual way to say desho, meaning right or don't you agree? Bikkuri sho is short for bikkuri shita desho, you were surprised, weren't you? Nanmonakute bikkuri sho, you were surprised that there is nothing, right? When you came from the city, you were surprised that there is nothing, right?
都会から来ると、なんもなくてびっくりっしょ。実際退屈すると思うよ。
Here, jissai is short for jissai wa, an expression meaning in fact or actually. In this case, the comma after jissai acts as wa. Taikutsu means boring. Taikutsu suru, to feel bored or to get bored with. Omou means to think. To quotes what he thinks. Taikutsu suru, you will feel bored. And yo gives an informative feel because he's giving an opinion, new information. Jissai, taikutsu suru to omou yo. Actually, I think that you will get bored.
実際退屈すると思うよ。高校の頃つったら友達ん家行くとかバイトくらいだから。
Koukou is short for Koutou Gakkou, high school. Koro indicates an approximate time range or a period. Koukou no koro, during the high school period or when I was in high school. Tsutara is a casual way to say to itara, meaning speaking of or when it comes to. Koukou no koro tsutara, when it comes to the high school period. Tomodachi is friend. Nchi is an informal expression that comes from no uchi, where uchi means house. For example, Tomodachinchi is short for Tomodachi no uchi, friend's house. Iku, to go. Tomodachinchi iku, go to a friend's house. Toka is a way to list examples and means and the like for, and so on. Tomodachinchi iku toka, going to friends' houses and so on. Baito, short for arbaito, is a part-time job. Kurai means approximately or about. Here, Tomodachinchi iku toka, baito kurai is short for Tomodachinchi iku toka, baito niku toka kurai, approximately things like going to friends' houses and part-time jobs. And Dakara is expressing this entire thing as the reason for why he thinks that the listener will feel bored, as in that's why. Tomodachinchi iku toka, baito kurai dakara, approximately things like going to friends' houses and part-time jobs, that's why. Because when it comes to the high school period, it's approximately things like going to friends' houses and part-time jobs.
高校の頃つったら友達ん家行くとかバイトくらいだから。でさ、うち今バイト募集してんだ。
Desa is short for soredesa, where sorede means so or and sa is just a filler word. Desa, and you know, uchi can have a lot of meanings, but here it means we or our company. Ima means now. Boshu means recruitment. Boshu suru, to recruit. And boshu shitenda is short for boshu shiteiru no da, be recruiting. Baito, part-time job. Baito, boshu shitenda, we are recruiting for a part-time position. Uchi ima baito boshu shitenda, we are now recruiting for a part-time position.
でさ、うち今バイト募集してんだ。ぜひ考えといてよ。
Kangaeru means to think. Teoku means to do something in advance. Kangaite oku, will think about it. Kangaetoite, contracted from kangaite oite, makes it a request, think about it. Zehi means certainly, and yo is used for emphasis, to be a bit pushy. Zehi, kangaetoite yo, certainly, think about it.
ぜひ考えといてよ。学生でも大丈夫だから。
Gakusei is student. Here demo means even or even if. Gakusei demo, even a student or even if you are a student. Daijobu means alright or okay. Gakusei demo daijobu, it's alright even if you are a student. And dakara means because. Gakusei demo daijobu dakara, because it's alright even if you are a student.
学生でも大丈夫だから。
Now, let's watch the entire scene and see how much you can understand.
どこかお出かけで？
いや、こいつを迎えに来ただけだ。都会から今日を越してきてな。
へえ、都会からっすか。
ついでに満タン頼む。ああ、レギュラーでな。
はい、ありがとうございます。
一服してくるか。
君、高校生？都会から来るとなんもなくてびっくりっしょ。実際退屈すると思うよ。高校の頃つったら友達ん家行くとかバイトくらいだから。でさ、うち今バイト募集してんだ。ぜひ考えといてよ。学生でも大丈夫だから。